Thank you, Mr. President. Will Senator Senjum yield?
Senator Senjum will yield. Senator Dziedzic.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Senjum, I've been getting all of a sudden today a lot of calls on an RDA provision in the bill on wood pellets production incentives. So could you explain this a little bit to me?
Senator.
Mr. President, I'm not hearing her very well, even though I'm very
Senator
close.
Dziedzic, can you please repeat your question? We had a hard time hearing you.
Yep. Thank you. Sorry, Senator Senjum. I've been getting a lot of calls today on the RDA wood pellet production incentives. I believe my constituents have told me that this would appropriate $37 million over 10 years from the renewable development account. And so could you just explain this a little bit?
Senator Senjum.
Thank you, Senator Senator Dziedzic, I'm sorry. So, you know what, I'm going to just refer that to Senator Utke. It's his bill, and he can describe it, I mean, I can describe it, but I know he can describe it better.
Senator Utke.
Thank you, Mr. President and Senator Dziedzic. And I didn't catch 100% of the question, but I think you were asking what is it? And what it is, it's an incentive to offset the cost of freight for two proposed pellet plants to be located in northern Minnesota. They would produce wood pellets, which then would need to get to the coast and be shipped overseas. And it's the two plants among hopefully more, but this is a starter. They would use both sawmill residuals and forest harvesting residuals. A lot of the same type of product that was being shipped to the Benson power plant when the biomass plant was in production. A lot of those wood chips came out of northern Minnesota. This isn't a replacement for that, but it's a start in the right direction, bringing some industry back in that will replace what was being hauled away in chips. It's a win-win for northern Minnesota and the economy of all of Minnesota. And you could also say it's the RDA funds and they're outside the XL district, but these monies came about because of the Benson biomass power plant agreement and legislation, and the producers in northern Minnesota were the ones delivering those wood chips. So to me, it just goes hand in hand. It's a great way to create some new economic development for an industry that was cut off by the closure of the Benson power plant.
Senator Dziedzic.
Thank you, President Miller. Will Senator Utke yield for another question?
Senator Utke will yield. Senator Dziedzic.
Thank you, Mr. President. The emails and calls that I got mentioned that this was heard in committee and that there was some discussion that this might take away jobs from others. So I was just wondering how many jobs of this how many jobs is going to be come about from this $37 million over 10 years?
Senator Utke.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Dziedzic. I don't have the exact number of jobs, and when you say, I think you keep referring to this $37 million, or $3.75 million, it's per year. It's a 10-year possible contract. There is no jobs or no business being taken away from anybody in northern Minnesota. I know that there was one particular business that had concerns. Those of us that live up there realize, I think anybody that's paying attention know that that is really not a concern. We are harvesting nowhere near the amount of timber that we need to keep up with the growth of the timber throughout our region. We actually need more plants to do this. But again, this is using the residuals, the investment, and I should know these numbers, but I think the private investment is like $47 million into these plants, and the number of employees, and I shouldn't pull a number, it's 35 to 50, probably permanent after it's built. There'll be a lot of construction jobs. In one case, renovating a current facility that has been closed for a number of years. All good jobs building it, and then good jobs going forward, and not harming or taking away anything from anybody. There's going to be no jobs lost and no business lost, and no problem with the market of the timber either. I mean, there's, again, we need more markets because we're not consuming enough of the wood.
Senator Dziedzic.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Utke, I have constituents that would respectfully disagree with you. I have a company in my district that has 152 employees that is very worried that this is going to negatively impact their business. They believe that it is coming at the detriment of a long-established business, and they are just concerned that we have a level playing field. They're concerned that another business is being subsidized at their expense. It's 152 jobs in my business. They also have a plant in Senator Rest's district in Golden Valley. Both of us have heard from them, and I've also heard that opening this plant could negatively impact another business up in northern Minnesota. So I think as we go forward, we do need to make sure that when we are subsidizing some businesses over others, that we at least make sure that it's fair. I'm not arguing that you don't need jobs up north. I think we all want more jobs everywhere across the state, but I think we need to be fair to make sure that we don't accidentally, Senator Bach earlier mentioned unintended consequences, and I think we need to make sure that when we provide subsidies to one business that we don't have unintended consequences and cause problems for other businesses in other districts, because I would hate to see the 152 people in my district lose their job because of, and I don't know if it is, I don't understand if it's the product being taken away or if the jobs will shift there, but I think we need to be very careful to balance that, because I wouldn't want, again, I wouldn't want you to lose 150 jobs to a company in your district, but I don't want to lose 150 jobs by this company in my district. So with that, I urge caution, and until I learn more, I am extremely concerned about this, and so unfortunately I will be voting no on this bill because I am concerned of the negative impact to my district. Thank you.